Welcome to Tail Talk Grooming Chronicles with Hound Therapy, the podcast where we talk all things pet grooming, daycare, academy, and more. Hosted by Shannon and Tanya of Hound Therapy, serving pet owners across North Texas. We're here to share expert tips, hilarious pet stories, and the inside scoop on keeping your furry friends happy and healthy. Our motto, humanity over vanity. And don't worry, we don't bite. Let's get started.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
What happens when groomers become teachers? We're diving into the growing world of grooming education and how it shapes the next generation of pet professionals. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sophia Yvette, co-host and producer, back in the studio with Shannon and Tanya, professional groomers at Hound Therapy. Hi, ladies. How's it going today?
We're good. How are you?
I'm good and I'm great. Happy to be back with you both. Now, let's jump right in. From clippers to classrooms, pet grooming education is such a powerful shift. What inspired you to take your grooming experience into the teaching space and start shaping future pet professionals?
Well, it started as a need versus a want, for sure. I will say that grooming it's always been a trade. It's now gone to from a trade to a profession, and I saw that firsthand. When we opened here, trying to find groomers that came in that were in the trade of grooming, but they were not professional groomers. And so we're still unregulated. We still have so many things, professionalism to teach. There's so many things that just they're lacking and the profession, which is the term that we use now versus our trade. And there's a little bit of both staying in that. So we weren't seeing the standards that
Yes.
13 years, 14 years, and they didn't know how to do a standard regular schnauzer pattern. That being said, we do grooming. So for people who are not going to a show tomorrow, their dog is sitting on the couch, and they have specific needs. So being able to know that and being able to do that are two very separate things.
Yeah.
So we started school here out of a need. Out of a need of professionals who wanted to step out of the trade world and walk into the professional world doing a trade. The lack of standardizing in grooming, it's just education.
Yeah.
It needs to change.
It has, something at some point has to go. You have to me, you have a lot of not really uneducated, but just groomers that don't know
They're
the
learning
appropriate-
improperly.
Yeah.
And it's, if you're teaching a step that is not, in a handbook somewhere, and there are not very many handbooks.
No.
We have an AKC standard. That is what grooming standard has been for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
But we're not in a show. Our standard is very different. We need to have a standard of professionalism, and we don't. We don't have that across the board.
Right.
And it's proper training elevates our pricing.
Yeah.
It helps the quality. It helps get and earn respect when you look at a client and you're like, look, I'm professional. These are all things that we need to have.
And I will say, if you walk into those unprofessional salons, it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's night and day difference.
Yeah. The business of education is a whole separate business than dog grooming. So
Yes.
it's, we're dog groomers, and now we're educators. So
Which is an odd shift.
And there's been groomers have been teaching groomers for years and years. We have to take a step back on what they've been teaching and what you've been taught. I was taught AKC regulations with a slight twitch to make the client happy. So I was taught the AKC standard way, but I was also taught by somebody who's very professional and worked in the professional world of dog grooming for shows. So we just have that lack. There became a disconnect for sure. And it's really difficult to find that fine line. There's a lot coming up with the curriculum, as a dog groomer, like what to teach, how to teach it. We've got to really good flow
Yeah.
now. It's written down and it's,
And
it's
it's
on papers and books
teaching
and
everybody your every little minuscule move
it's
is,
fun.
yeah.
But that's kind of how we started. It was more of a need.
So, my next question for you is, what are some of the most common misconceptions new students have about grooming?
Oh gosh, that it's fun, that it's
Or that it's
easy.
easy. That's the best one. Or I love this, I can do it. You some people just don't have it. Like, some people have it, and then some people you have to really work for it, and others just the disconnect.
Yeah, well, I would say the myths the number one thing that I think people do not understand is that what we do, and I just said this to a new student coming in, it is unappreciated. The work that we do with the animals that are here, the ones that appreciate us the most are the dogs that are difficult and their owners know that they're
Yes.
difficult or they're old or they've been turned down. But these big dogs that come in that people they live in a very privileged household. They're overfed. They're
Fat
the
and happy.
babies. We get zero, and it
Yeah.
is a lot of work to train these dogs to stand on a table, to blow dry them, to brush them out. Physical work. We stand all day. We do not eat. We do not have a scheduled time to eat. We are working on somebody else's schedule all of the time. We have dogs jumping in our face, anal glands squirting all over, nail clippings, hair in your eyes. Nobody at the end says, "Oh my God, thank you so much
You
for
worked so
everything you're
hard.
doing." Yeah, we don't get that. You don't get that. They get, "Oh, Dozer looks amazing. Fluffy looks great. Thanks, guys." But it's not a
It's
heartfelt
almost like a
thank you.
lighthearted, like,
Yeah.
not even lighthearted, I'm sure it's genuine, but, like,
And today's workers, today's students, people that are coming into grooming, they're either in the corporate world, and they're coming here because they want to be appreciated and liked, or they haven't felt that obviously where they are. They're making a career change,
yeah,
or they think that this is easy work. Or we get young people that come in thinking, well, I love dogs. So,
yeah,
this is the regional step. Well, all of those are great. We clean on a daily basis. I mean, we are maids, we are hairstylists, we are trainers, we are vet techs, we are, the entry gateway to all things that are infectious. We have to know how to maintain and treat every dog's safety in here. We have to know, what good things look like, what smells are
behaviorists. We're
it's
behaviorists
we're
as well.
everything. We're everything. So it is a very difficult, time-consuming job to know that,
Yes,
and to be able to do that with a professional attitude when somebody is quite literally looking at you, and you know that they're lying to you. You know that this dog is not trained. You know that this dog was not brushed yesterday. You know that this hotspot didn't develop overnight, and you look straight at these people and they look at you with a smile like, "Oh no, I just did it." And they're proud of it. Or, "You should put that up. I can see that that coat was matted." Yeah. They're like, "Whatever. I don't care. I've got to," they're busy about their day. They don't care about the job that we do from point A to B, not wholeheartedly. They want to drop off their animal. They want it to have good care and be well maintained and come home
yes.
looking and smelling good, but they don't want to do, and I've asked many. I said, "Come back. Look, let's take a look at your dog together." "I don't have time." Do I have to? "I'm not prepared for this today." I'm like, "Well, okay." "Then we're just gonna charge you." And they're like, "Okay, great, no problem." So it's more of a money consumption, than it is a thankless job. So people come into this thinking that it's this high rewarding, awesome thing that we're gonna play with puppies all day, and that is not at all the type of, profession that we are in. It is a
Right.
very delicate balance.
That's not your day to day anyway. Like,
No.
yes, we get to play with puppies. Yes, it is fun some days, but that's not every day.
You have to love the chaos,
Yeah.
and if
Embrace the chaos.
yes, and if you don't, it's gonna be a very difficult job. You've gotta learn to leave your stress at home.
Yeah.
We are a very high level stress, profession.
Yeah.
It's difficult to do every day and see the things that we see every day and maintain a smile when you know that, this dog is not being treated like it should be.
And
But
not lose
it's
your faith in humanity.
yeah.
It's hard some days.
Yeah. So hopefully that answers some of your questions.
Oh, yes, it certainly does. And I could only imagine what high stress you both are surrounded by on the day to day. Well, Shannon and Tanya, thank you for sharing your passion for teaching and elevating the grooming industry. We'll see you next time.
That's a wrap for this episode of Tail Talk with Hound Therapy. Ready to book your pet's next groom, daycare stay, or grooming academy tour? Call us at 469-367-0009. That's 469-367-0009 to schedule an appointment. Or visit us online at www.houndtherapy.com. Serving North Texas with expert pet care. Until next time, keep those tails wagging.